Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well today. Wanted to bring you another market report. The data came out for the Charlotte metro area for the month of June here just a few days ago, and so I wanted to show some of that for you just so you kind of have an idea of what's happening in the overall market around Charlotte. This encompasses a pretty large area. The Canopy MLS covers several counties: Mecklenburg, Iredell, Catawba, Rowan, things like that. And it actually covers 3 counties in South Carolina as well. So this data is coming from a fairly large data set, so it gives us some good numbers on what's going on around this area. So, and after this, I'll show you on my website how you can drill into other specific areas, by city, by even a neighborhood or something of that nature. So you can get a little smaller picture of what's going on in an area that you're interested in potentially. So the first thing that we'll talk about is just some of the raw data that's come out. Is everybody knows, you're hearing it in the media, that new listings are down, right? There's low inventory. If you talk to any real estate agent, that's probably what we're going to tell you, is that we need more inventory to sell. When you look at the numbers, it may not seem like that from the total volume of how many houses are on the market, but compared to years past, that's when it really starts to show you that we're just not the same as we were. And some of this is going to be skewed by a little bit of COVID because there was just so much inventory that came on the market then because of the price spikes that we saw. But let's just drill into a couple things here. I don't want to keep you too long. New listings, you'll see up here at the very top, are pretty much down about 28%. June to June from last year. Year over year, it's year to date, it's like 21%. If we go down to closed sales, let's say, look at the third line down here, you're looking at 22% June to June and 21% year over year. So it kind of flows a little bit similar to the new listings, right? It kind of follows that a little bit this year. Don't know that that's always the case, but that's what it's doing this year. Your days on market are going up. So what you see is your inventory is going down, days on market's going up. The interesting thing is that the prices have not really gone down that much. Now, you'll see if we look at the average sales price and the average or the median sales price, the average sales prices are actually still increasing a little bit. We're about 3%, a little bit more year to date. Higher than we were last year at this time. The median sales price has gone down. Now the difference in the two, median is just the midpoint. It's the middle part. It's the 50th percentile of the data set that they're pulling. So they're saying, hey, the middle of the pack was $389,900 June to June last year. For year to date, we're at like $375,000. You'll see that in this data. The average prices, again, have actually continued to increase. So we're looking at, roughly that 3% increase. And, that's just a thing of where there's more houses that have sold higher than that 50th percentile, right? So that's where your averages come from. They add up the whole data set, divide it by the total number of sales, and that's what you get. So anyway, just wanted to kind of give you some information there. Now, I'm going to show you a thing with the median house prices, a graphic. Switch over to this other one. This kind of gives you a little bit of a picture of June compared to last year. All right, so the green bars are this year for new listings, closed sales, median sales price, and our month's supply of inventory. So you can see the new listings, again, are down about almost 30%. June to June last year, 2022 to 2023. Closed sales are down 22%. We kind of talked about that. What I wanted to show you is the median sales price and the historical graph line of that. And we're just now seeing that dip for the first time. So there could be an indication of that, but a lot of pundits that I'm listening to are telling us that prices are going to continue to go back up. They're going to be slower rise. You can see that in the last 2 to 3 years, that incline got a little steeper than it was the past 10 years. So, or not 8 or 9 years. So there has still been a steady rise in prices. We're just now seeing that median come down. It'll be interesting for us to watch and see what happens in July with the average price versus that median price. See if we're still seeing the same trend or we're not. So by all rights, I think it's still a good time to sell if you're trying to get top dollar for your property. We obviously need more inventory. There are definitely buyers out there. And I know everybody's talking about the interest rates. We are seeing those come down a little bit this week again. So they still fluctuate, but we are seeing those come down with some of the latest jobs and data report and stuff like that. So I'm going to switch over to my website now. My website is, again, it's stevemallory.exprealty.com. You can go there anytime. You can do your own searches. When you come to the home page, if you want to just search an area for listings and things like that, all you have to do is just type that in, this city or area, zip code, or an address, specific address, and it'll pull data for that. Let's say if you want to go to a smaller area and look at listings, all you have to do, let's look at Troutman, for example. Troutman, North Carolina, I've already got this pulled up. There are 30 homes that are single family, condos, anything, there's a lot of things. I didn't filter for anything. I just typed in Troutman, hit search, and it pulled this up for me. One of the things I wanted to show you today is that if you're looking at an area on my website and you want to kind of know some lifestyle things, like where are the schools around it? What are grocery stores? Now, Troutman's a pretty small town. If you know this area at all, it's pretty small. You're not going to get a whole lot of stuff in there. But if you check these boxes, you'll notice that it kind of lights up the area here a little bit. It'll show you some things on the screen as far as like where those areas are from a lifestyle standpoint. There's also some things that it'll do in the listings over here. This little orange button actually tells you how well an area matches up to those lifestyle choices you made. So you can see kind of the heat map a little bit, maybe is what we'll call that. The greener that it is or the oranger it is, it's going to rank that based on that lifestyle. If you click into an actual property and it pulls that up on there, you'll see some lifestyle settings down towards the bottom. Scroll all the way down, almost to the bottom of the web page. It'll show you some different lifestyle things for that particular area. So if you're really looking for something that's like pedestrian friendly, you have a lot of walking trails, paths, good sidewalks and stuff like that, it will rank that higher based on that area. So it's kind of a handy little tool just for some lifestyle stuff. The other thing that you can obviously do as well is if you go into a search, and let me just go back here to my Troutman search. You'll see this box right here that shows you, let me get shows you a free market report. You click on that free market report, it's going to pull up a page that looks similar to this, where I have this open now, market report for Charlotte, North Carolina. It's going to show you some similar data, not the exact same data as you saw from my report, because that report that I'm pulling is directly from my MLS service, a little bit different, but it does give you a 30-day picture. So that's kind of the difference of, that report I was showing you was from June. This is showing you like the last 30 days cumulative what's happened here. So you can see that there's some changes that are happening. Average home prices are going down in the last 30 days. And again, this is going to just pull a different data set than what I was showing you from that other area. But gives you a nice summary that you can look at. You can actually subscribe to that. Just scroll down to the bottom of that market report area, hit subscribe now. If you are on my home page and you want just like an area, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, underneath the About Steve Mallory section, there's this areas that we cover. Let's just say you wanted to know what's going on in Iredell County real quick, or Mooresville. Let's look at Mooresville. So just click on the Mooresville, North Carolina link, and that is going to pull up Mooresville real estate. It's going to give you kind of a summary at the top of most popular, most expensive, and least expensive. 3 little cards. Then you get this Mooresville listing summary, and it's going to show you some things. you can click right into these homes. Let's just say that you wanted to see what the new homes were that had just been listed in the Mooresville area. Well, it's showing that there's 40. Again, this is going to pull from a very small data set, probably the last week to 10 days is what that's going to pull that. And it's going to basically show you a list of things that are either coming soon or just listed. All right. So again, just a nice little summary of a particular area. If you want to see some of that, gives you some nice graphs of what's happened as far as new listings, price reductions in the area. Let's say you're looking for a deal and you want to know what's happening with price reductions. Well, you can go right to that area, go down to the listing summary grid, click on the reduced button, and here it is. Gives you everything that's been reduced in that area. Okay? So anyway, folks, I hope this has been helpful for you. I appreciate you visiting my website. If there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to reach out to me. 704-928-8981. I look forward to seeing you all and speaking with you at some point in the future. Thanks.